on YouTube. Oh, not expecting any viewers, that's all good. I'm just down at the beach in the late afternoon in my wheelchair. Now I've got a wheelchair that goes on the beach. Oh, it's cool. And that's the view. Kind of pretty. I'm just going to head. It's kind of like being out for a walk when you can't walk. That's what's going on here. That's all that's going on here. So I'm just past Port Douglas. Sorry, I'm not past Port Douglas. I'm just past Palm Cove. One of those places that starts with the letter P. And yeah, I'm just having a little cruise on the beach in an electric wheelchair because I've got an electric wheelchair that can go for a cruise on the beach, which is kind of cool if you ask me. Someone's been camping out here. There's a camp chair and a fire set ready to go. Not really allowed to camp here, but I won't tell. None of my business. I don't care what you come and do here. As long as you keep it clean. As long as things is nice and tidy. There's another way out up there, another path off the beach. That's not the one that I came down, it goes down to another car park. I'd have to go back along the highway to get back to my car, and that's not really clever, so yeah, just enjoying the last little bit of sunlight. Taking it easy, that's a cool setup. Oh, right down on the beach here. Good for them. Do know for a fact that that's like totally not on. really not allowed to do that. But hey, it's all good. It's all good. Up there. This is crazy, like the amount of energy, the amount of effort that I would have to expend usually to come and check out a place like this just makes it not worth doing. You know, like it's incredibly fatiguing for me. The way that my disability works, it's basically all of the muscles below my rib cage, they don't relax properly when I want them to. They do eventually, but like if I'm trying to walk, they don't relax fast enough for me to take the next step, sort of thing. So every step that I take, I'm fighting against other muscles that just don't want to play the game. And that gets really tiring really quickly, you know, and basically my own muscles are holding me back from taking every single step. Like every single movement is at least twice as hard as it needs to be because I have to pull against another muscle that won't relax to make a movement happen, which is, you know, it is what it is. Worse things happen in life to people every day and all that, but it slows me down. It really does. Like it makes things a lot more difficult than they need to be, and as a result I don't do things like this. I don't go for walks along the beach because that's burning up energy a lot that I can't really afford to be using. So instead I do this, you know. Hey, what would happen if we flipped this way? Orientation is locked, rotate device back. That sucks. Would have been nice to film in a different mode. But my wheelchair just doing its thing, just cruising along the beach. Cruising along the beach. It's good to go live here because right there is a huge mobile tower, so I've got like the best possible mobile reception that you could ask for. And that really does make things a whole lot easier to just hang out. Which is nice. I don't get a lot of those people who've got fishing rods and stuff down here. It's just a really crap beach to fish. there's just no action here. Like the bait doesn't get driven up on the beach, so the fish aren't here. They're around the corner, in between that island over there, Double Island, and Palm Cove, which is just behind that headland. But yeah, so if you want to come to this part of Queensland and go fishing, the beach ain't the go. And on top of that, to fish the beach, you've got to get close to the water, and generally don't advise that around here. Palm trees, coconut palms. It's a little bit grey, but I don't think it's going to rain just yet. It'll probably rain tonight. Yesterday I left the wheelchair up on the trailer overnight. Oh, I've been loaned a trailer. I've got a trailer to get the wheelchair around. That's how come I'm able to come down to the beach right now. And yeah, pretty stoked about it. I had my drone up earlier, but my drone's not playing the game. My micro drone, the gimbal, seems to have stuffed up, and I can't sort of fly the drone properly because the gimbal won't stay locked on anything, which sucks a whole lot. Is what it is. I'll go around the back. Alright. Cheers. Just go around. They get the line out, yeah? Some guys there having a bit of fun on the beach. They got a line out. They're having a bit of a ball game. They're hanging out, just enjoying the late part of the afternoon. And good for them. But yeah, I just had to go. I went through and I had to go around the back of their line, make things a bit easier on everyone. Oh, this part of the beach is pretty soft. Not soft enough to have to let any more air out of the tyres, but what do we got here? Let me get my sunnies down so I can read comments. Yo! Oliver. Cool. So I'm just going to go down to the back corner of the beach. I've got a couple of little photos I want to take in this late afternoon light. Down in the part of the beach where, like, around here we've got ripples from the wind and stuff, but a little bit further up it flattens out behind the headland, and yeah, I just want to get some photos of that really calm water and the waves breaking and stuff. I'm just going to drive down here and get that done. This is right beside the highway. Like, that little highway goes past just up there, and if you blink you'd miss the car parks where you pull in here. We're about 30 kilometres north of the town of Cairns in Queensland in Australia, and yeah, I've just come up here to chill out and come for a bit of a cruise along the beach in my wheelchair. Because apparently that's a thing that wheelchairs can do now. I had no idea, hey, like it blew my mind. Let me just show you this view. Hang on, flip that. Just let you see what I'm seeing while I'm rolling along the beach, and hopefully you can still hear me. It'd be cool if you can. If you can't, that's all good. Lucky to have a wheelchair and do what I'm doing right now. You know, to be able to cruise along soft beach sand and just enjoy this view, enjoy this time in the way that I am. I'm really fortunate, you know. Like, you go up on here and pull up for a second, and I just want to pull up my camera for a second. So bear with me. Let me grab my camera out. And I just want to get a shot that I can turn into some art later. That's what I'm doing. Sorry about, I saw a chat just pop up. Just give me 1 second here. Oh, angle it back. How's that look? I think that looks nice. That isn't what I wanted. I wanted one of them. Here we go. And we'll get up high and do one sort of even. And one more thing I'd like to do is just go down here a little bit and then reverse back in my tracks and get my tracks in there. There we go. Because I have an idea. Oh wow, doesn't want to do the thing where it goes back to how it's meant to be. There we go, we're back. That's better. I'm just not really very trusting of the beach up, the sand up this end. I don't know how. Don't know if it's going to get really boggy down there beside the water or not. Maybe I'll just skip it. Yeah, I think smart thing to do is probably just head back, because yeah, the beach is getting, it gets steeper here, like it's steeper going into the water, and I'm worried that the sand close to the water might be too boggy for this chair in the way I've got it set up, and I don't want to have to get out and let air out and all the rest of it to be able to use it. So let's cruise back up, and it's starting to get quite dark. I do want to get it loaded back on the trailer before it gets too dark, so this will just be like a short little 15-20 minute hangout on the beach. So I've got my XT4 all-terrain electric wheelchair. It's the first time I've had it out on the beach, so I'm really happy about that. It's kind of hard to show you what's going on. I get that, but here we go. That's what we're doing. We're just cruising along here, having a little look, seeing what's what. Oh, there is water in there. Huh. Interesting. Little landlocked creek out there. Just starting to get the colours of sunset in the sky. And I did want to stay for this bit, but it's starting to look really dark. Like the chance of rain is sort of increasing the longer I hang here. And the one thing I really don't want to do is get the wheelchair rained on. Like I have tarpaulins and everything in the car to cover it up if there's rain, but I haven't got them on me, you know, so if it starts to rain here, then I'm in some trouble, and I don't really want to have to deal with all that noise. So yeah. And at some point I'm going to have to get up off this little embankment here. This is going to be a little bit of four-wheel driving. See, I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a slope like where the sand goes up here. Yeah, I'm going to have to find a better spot than that, because that's pretty steep. I know if I get around the back of these little sand dunes, then it's fairly easy to make my way back on this pig grass and stuff. I can get up here. This is easy. Which way? That way. Isn't it amazing that this is happening in a wheelchair? Like, that blows my mind. The fact that I'm sort of driving along in the sand dunes behind a beach in an electric wheelchair is just, that's crazy. That's nuts. I had an occupational therapist that's like a special kind of doctor who helps you figure out what kinds of assistive technology will help you get the best out of your life. Yeah, she told me that I should get an electric wheelchair to get around. I'm like, but the places that I go and the things that I want to do, you know, like I've always been into camping, I've always been into off-roading and four-wheel driving and stuff. Going out into nature to do photography and all the rest of it, you can't do that in an electric wheelchair. And she said, well, we're starting to see some fairly cool off-road wheelchairs out here in the world now. Have a look, see if there's anything that might work. So I did, and I looked around and I found this company called Magic Mobility. They're an Australian wheelchair manufacturing company. And one of the things that they specialise in is off-road wheelchairs. Wheelchairs that are built on purpose to do the sort of thing that I'm doing right now. And yeah, I saw them and I saw a few videos of them in action and everything, and I sent some links to the occupational therapist and said, I don't know, I think this might actually, you know, this could actually work for me. And yeah, she went ahead, she got a quote for it, she got the letter drawn up that sort of says, you know, what I can use it for and how much it's going to cost and all the rest of it, and, you know, the justification for it. She took care of all that side of things. Sorry, I'm just going to pull up my sunnies here so I can see a little bit better under this canopy. It's showing up a lot less dark on the screen than it actually is. See this big tree root? Straight up over it. No dramas. Really impressive wheelchair, this. Absolutely incredible what it's capable of. So yeah, I've got back the ability to go out and do cool things in cool places, and I'm just really happy about that. It really does, you know. Butters my biscuits, gives me joy. And I mean, should we do something dumb? What do you reckon? Hello. Here's the dumb thing I'm thinking, alright? I'm in a, check it out, I'm in an electric wheelchair, yeah? I've just been down on the beach hanging out, and now I'm back in the car park, and I'm looking at this. This is a really muddy, chopped up, nasty looking little bit of terrain, which really, you'd have to be crazy to try to take a wheelchair over that, right? Yeah? So let's do it. Let's go a little bit crazy. Let's hold it back here so that you can actually see the wheels doing their thing. And let's see what we can do. I'll just arch the edge of it first. I don't know how foggy it is. Oh, okay. Okay. So, oh man, this is kind of hard to hold in a way that lets you see the wheels, but yeah, let's try it out. Four-wheel driving in an electric wheelchair was not on my list of things that I would be doing in 2026. And yet here we are. Oh man, that is crazy. That's nuts. What it's capable of, it just never stops amazing me. Such a capable wheelchair, man. It's ridiculous what I can do with it. Well, I was hoping to stay a bit longer, but it looks like the weather's closing in. Like, if you, yeah, there's a reasonable chance that it's going to rain, and if it rains, then I'm going to be in some trouble. So I really need to get this wheelchair back home and under proper cover before it starts raining. I think that's the wise move. So I've come back up off the beach. I'm going to wind up the stream and get this wheelchair packed up and head home. And yeah, thanks for hanging out. I would have liked to have stayed longer, but unfortunately the weather's not playing the game. There'll be other days when I can do things like this, that's for sure. But yeah, for now I'm just going to wind it up. I was thinking of stopping and going fishing on the way home, but yeah, again, the weather's just not... Can't trust the weather right now. And with a electric wheelchair, yeah, electricity and water don't mix great. So the smart thing to do is just call it a day. I've had fun. A little bit disappointed about my drone though, but that is what it is. And I do have another drone that works just fine, so if this one wants to be broken, then it can be broken. I'll deal with that later. Alright, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys later. Okay, thank you, bye-bye. Where do we stop? That.